Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Daya, and I want to thank Lake to Lake Association of Chicago for inviting me to this very momentous occasion in which the objective is to raise funds to help the communities both here in Chicago and also back home in Kenya. Unfortunately, I apologize for not being able to make it. And I thought the best option is to speak with you through this medium. I hope you forgive me. What shapes our thinking and our values is the communities in which we grow up in. Our parents raise us with certain values. They instill certain morals in us from what they know. We go to school, and the teachers that teach us bring us up in ways that they think will bring best value in our lives. The communities in which we grow up have different and sometimes very distinct value sets. And all this, throughout our growing, shapes our perspective in life, how we approach issues, how we resolve problems, how we think, how we look at things. The friends around us influence what we do. And a lot of times we find ourselves in this path where we think a certain way. So today, I want to challenge you to challenge your perspective. I have a show called The Weekly Dose, and the subtopic is Challenge Your Perspective. What motivated me to talk about this topic is when I look around me, this conflict of opinion, conflict of ideas, you find that two people look at the very same thing from a very different perspective. Not that either one is wrong, but they assign certain values that they've grown up with in making judgment to what they're confronted by. And I thought, sometimes I just need to think a different way. Look at the issue from another looking glass. And maybe it's a learning step. I'm sure by you being here today, you have assigned what the objectives of Lake to Lake Association of Chicago with what you would like to do, how you look at your society, and you want to help. And so, in me challenging you to challenge your perspective is merely to have you think more deliberately in where this association is going to go. What are its objectives and what your role in its objectives would be. I've been talking to Rosalind Okendo, who informs me that already the association has sent medical equipment to Kenya. You're looking at helping students, both here and in Kenya. Now, what you're doing is you're enhancing the lives of those communities. If you educate a child, you're giving that child an opportunity that they probably would not have otherwise. But the net effect of what you're doing is much greater than just the sum of that child, because you're going to help shape, through education, this child's look in life and value sets. And that advances the community. And so the job that you're about to do here is a very noble job, and which, for you being here, must take very seriously. I must tell you that from my experience coming to this country and then moving into the DC area, I have seen many associations formed with very noble goals. But what has made the successes of this association, or the failures of this association, is defining your personal role that you want to play and how far you want to play it. There's going to be a difference of opinion. There's going to be difference of how to do things, what to do when. But when you have a goal set, and when you're ready to look at every issue from a different perspective, I can assure you that this association will be stronger for it. A lot of times, we want to sit back and see what's going to happen. We're on the fence. I would urge you not to be on the fence. That you've made this very first step to be here today. You have to grab that drove you here and advance it. And whatever community you're involved in, you're going to be challenged to look at it from a different angle than you've always done. I know that the membership of this community is varied. And therefore, the challenges and the opinions are going to be varied. But for each and every one of you, your goal should be one goal: enhancing the community within Chicago and communities in Kenya. As for me, I definitely would like to participate in this, and hopefully next year I would be able to make it. I think it's a noble cause. And as Kenyans, I think this is a good thing, because when different societies come together, and you know what I mean. Right now, our country is so much divided. We're divided in different regions, different political thinking. But societies like Lake to Lake Association of Chicago, realizing that Kenya as a society, as a community, is one, will make this association successful. And your work, both in Chicago and in Kenya, will bring value to individuals, to that mama that now can be able to take their child to that dispensary and be diagnosed with the equipment that you sent. For that child that was not able to go to school because of tuition, and now they can go because of your help. I challenge you to challenge your perspective at every corner, at every thinking. Thank you.